Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. Today, I'd like to talk about the benefits of staying in a pose. There are some traditional iconic poses that we have in yoga. We do some of them in the chair, and some of them we do standing. And there's benefit into staying in the pose for a little bit, breathing into it, and just making small, little tiny changes as you hold the pose. So today, we linger in our poses. So we'll start with just sitting in the chair, shoulders over your hips and ears over your shoulders. You can rest your hands on your thighs, roll your shoulders down your back, and then just notice how you're breathing. And as we sit in chair in Tadasana, we notice that every time we breathe in, the body expands. And every time we exhale, it sort of relaxes a little bit, softens downward. So we'll use that sensation. Let's bring our hands alongside of our hips. And then as you breathe in, without too much effort, stay in the pose and breathe up and exhale down. Not really moving, just hanging out here in Tadasana. One more breath here. And then just kind of release that and soften, wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders. So after each long hold like that, we want to find a little bit of movement as we are right now. So we'll do that too. So join me for this practice of lingering in your pose. Grab your chair. We'll start there. Come forward in your chair a little bit, feet flat on the earth. Now, if your feet don't reach earth comfortably, grab a blanket or a pillow and place your feet on that. We're going to come into cat pose. So we tuck our chin around our back and then sit tall again. This is another gentle movement in our yoga. We're not really holding cat-cow here. But then we sit tall again, we come back to our mountain, and we raise the arms above our head into tall mountain. And you could do this standing just as well. And just hold those hands up. Really, effort here is in the reach above our heads. And then we breathe once again into the body. And as we inhale, the body lengthens upward ever so subtly. And as we exhale, we hold that pose and just let the exhale out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. One more nice breath here as we linger in tall mountain. And then we'll bring the hands slowly back down to our side. Step one foot out to the side, 1 foot forward. So our legs are at a right angle to each other, opening in this hip that is on the side of the chair here. Sit tall and then lean into that thigh ever so gently. And then release the pressure of that lean by lifting the chest and making the body at this diagonal line here, which we call side angle pose. And we'll add on to this, taking the arm up and over the ear once again, tilting the body, feeling the stretch in the opposite side of the body. And our gaze is straight out or maybe looking up at that elbow, and we hold for 3 beautiful breaths here as we linger in side angle pose. And then we slowly turn the head back down towards the thigh and just circle this top arm around for a little release in the shoulder. And then circle it back. Nice and easy, just gentle movement. And then we'll stay in side angle. Once again, lift the heart. Take the arms out, both of them this time, and bring them close to your ears, reaching longer. Exhale here. And then inhale, reach a little bit more. Hold that and exhale here. One more breath. And then we gently release that, bring the arms up overhead and float them down. Let's now turn towards that leg that's on the side of the chair and send the other leg back. And you want to be on the ball of the foot. And we sit tall here and we come into Warrior One. And most of you are familiar with Warrior One. We lift through the ribs and the front of the body here. We have the hands and arms alongside of our ears and the upper body reaching up and the hips and the legs anchor into earth. And then from here we can linger right in the chair. Or if you're feeling really strong today, join me as I push out of the chair, hovering over the chair and hold in this very strong Warrior One. Make sure your front knee is facing the toes, your back heel is lifted. So often when we come into Warrior One, that back foot is down, but because we're turning in the chair, it helps us to have the heel up so we can push that leg straight and lift the heart. Hold here, linger for a moment. What changes can we do here without moving? Or at least not moving outwardly, but moving inward. Can we draw the pelvic muscles up and in? The belly muscles tighten, and the glutes maybe tighten. Maybe the back tightens. But we continue to breathe as we hold the pose. One more breath here. And then we slowly start by bringing the arms down. Make sure the chair is under you. Lower yourself back down into the chair and turn to the front. Having the thighs on the corners of the chair here, we'll take a little movement by just rocking side to side. So how does it feel, instead of constantly moving in your yoga, to hold a pose? Let's come into butterfly. So keep the knees wide, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Now, if you have shoes on, you're probably going to just be on the pinky side of your shoes. That's good. But we want a stretch in the inner thighs here. So we're rotating the upper legs out a little bit, using the pressure of the soles of the feet to hold us here. Resting the hands on the thighs, shoulders down your back. And we hold the pose. And we linger in butterfly. And as you linger here, think about the upper thighs rotating outward. Tightening in the inner thigh, maybe tightening the glutes and the upper back. Tucking the chin slightly. One more breath here. And then as we exhale, we take the hands and guide the knees closer together. Place the feet back on the earth. Let's take some movement here by just rolling around on our hips. And maybe roll in the other direction just to even it out. Very nice. Now we're going to turn in the other direction here. Placing one foot on the side of the chair. And we're going to be close to the edge of the chair, so be comfortable there. And then we send this back leg back as much as we can. And this is more like a lunge pose, and that's okay. We're going to bring the arms up alongside of our ears and rise up. Breathing upward in the upper body. Drawing the belly in, dropping the shoulders down behind the heart. And if you want, hover over the seat of the chair with me here. Feel the pressure in the feet. Make sure that front knee is facing your toes. And we rise up and we hold, and every breath tightens something in your body here. So maybe you tighten the glutes or pull the belly in to protect the back. Maybe you lift your heart just a little bit more or tighten that back leg. Holding in this very strong pose called warrior. One more breath here, lengthening upward on the inhale, and then releasing on the exhale, touching the chair, lowering yourself down. Keeping that foot right there, bring the other foot to face the front, and we'll take that side angle on this side. So we kind of lean into the arm, and we take the other arm up and over, and once we've got the position, we start to hold it and work from the inside out. So right here, lift the chest at an angle, a diagonal, and that takes some of the pressure off this bottom arm. So this bottom arm is just lightly on that thigh, and this other arm is reaching us up and over in side angle. And we breathe here. Long breath. Long exhales as we hold. Lingering here for another breath. And then we come up and we release that a little bit. We're going to come right back into it and do a little strength here. So I've adjusted myself in the chair so I have good contact with the feet on the earth. Lean over, reach long, and then maybe take this bottom arm out to meet the other hand. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hold. Hold the pose, let the exhale out through the nose. One more breath. Inhale and reach. Exhale, bring the hands up over your head and the arms come back down, and we step that foot back and in. Lift the heels, lift the toes, releasing any tension in the lower part of your legs. And then we'll step the feet once again, nice and wide, this time keeping the feet out to the side. Let's work the upper body a little bit. We're coming into a seated goddess pose. So here the arms come out on the side, and then we bend them. We bend at the elbow and spread the fingers, squeeze the back, and we take our gaze upward as if we're looking to the heavens, to the sun. I don't have much sun here today, but it's a nice day. It's warm, it's calm, and it's cloudy. We take the bad with the good. One more breath here, lift a little higher, exhale, bring the arms forward. Here's our movement, squeeze and open. Squeeze it again. And notice while you're moving your shoulders and arms here, you could still be lifting through the core of the body, breathing up that spine. And then once they come out, bring the hands down, heel toe the feet in, and sit tall in our mountain pose once again. So we'll come into our pigeon in the chair. We'll take one foot. You can cross it at the ankle. Keep the other foot straight ahead, knee straight ahead, or you could bring it up onto your thigh if that's comfortable for you. Knee out to the side, and we linger in our pigeon pose. Now, flexing this foot, spread the toes. Perhaps lean into it a little, spread the fingers. Once you've found your pose, stay and breathe 3 or 4 times. Holding our pose here and noticing what's happening to the body as we hold. And we're leaning a little forward. It puts a little more pressure in your sit bones. If that's too much, you sit up. Spreading the fingers and keeping the tension there. Spread them wide. Feel it. Feel the tension between each finger. One more breath here on this side. And as you exhale, you soften and you bring your body up and release the foot back to the floor. Tap the toes. And we'll do it on the other side. So again, you can just cross the foot in front, keep the one leg straight and the other leg that's crossed over. Let that knee go out to the side. And if you want, you could bring it up to your thigh. And then we lean into it a little bit. Flexing this foot, spreading the fingers once again, leaning, keeping the spine neutral. Just a little lean forward. Notice what that does in your sit bones and your glutes. Draw the belly in to support the back. And breathe. On your next exhale, we'll soften and we'll come back up and release that foot down. I'm going to do just a couple things standing. You're welcome to take this video back to the beginning and do those practices again if you'd like to stay in the chair, or join me standing. I'm going to take my chair off to the side and face the chair. So we want to make sure we're facing the chair. And we're standing now in our mountain pose with the legs straight and the feet anchored into earth. And once again, bring the hands up overhead. Perhaps press palm to palm and draw the shoulders down. Take your gaze upward for tall mountain and crescent stretch. We go over to one side. Hold here. Now think about the weight in your feet being equal. So we're not leaning too far, taking the weight out of the other foot. Both feet stay anchored, even. It's the side body that we're stretching here as we lean a little bit. Draw the elbows back a little bit, shoulders down your back. And on your next exhale, release up. And release the arms down. Take a breath in mountain. We'll go to the other side, so we bring the arms up again. Tighten through the core, draw the elbows back, and lean over to the other side now. Just from the ribs, reaching up and out. Feet are equal weight into the floor. And we breathe. And then inhale, come on back up, and releasing the arms down. Once again, facing the chair, we'll lift one knee, flex the foot, hold here, draw the belly in, lift the heart. You could stay here, or you could start to hover your hands. Chair's right there for you if you need to touch it again. Exhale and release it down. And yeah, we were a little wobbly on that one, but that's part of the practice. So we stand tall. We're going to do the other leg now. We bring it up, flex the toes, abs engaged, shoulders down. And once you feel that you have stability, you can raise one hand to test it, raise the other. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Exhale and down. Oh, yeah. challenging us here a little bit. And then you could just rock your hips side to side here for a little release. Step the feet in and out. And then we'll come into chair pose. So we squat down. We could keep our hands on our thigh. We can keep our hands on the chair. I like chair pose with the feet a little bit apart. Some people like them really close together. You choose. And then strengthen the pull of the legs towards each other like they're magnets and they're trying to touch. Perhaps they do touch and you feel that engagement. And once you feel that you can hold your chair, you can again hover your hands. Or for more stretch in the upper body, you can bring the hands up alongside your ears. Breathe in and lift your heart. And then exhale, holding the heart there, holding your pose, holding your gaze upward. We linger in chair pose. And then we bring the hands back down and then lift one heel, lift the other, and shake the hips out. So I'm going to turn sideways now to my chair, separate my feet, and turn the foot that's closest to the chair, bend into that knee for our warrior two pose. Back foot can turn out a little bit for strength and stability. And we'll take the arm that's away from the chair out to the side, holding there. You can hold here, resting this hand lightly on the chair, or you can extend that and look out over your fingertips. Now here, work the pose a little bit before we hold. Make sure both feet are pressing strongly into earth. Draw up through your pelvic muscles. Engage your belly and squeeze your glutes. And all these little engagements are not hard or tight. They're just engagement. So you're aware of those muscles. And we linger a little bit longer. And then we exhale. We take the back hand down, turn the front palm. And if you're not holding on to the chair, perhaps you lift it to the sky. One more breath. On the exhale, we bring it down. And we step towards our chair into mountain. Once again, lift the heels, shake the hips. We'll do that on the other side. So we take the other foot back, bend into that front knee, and turn. And you're going to see my back here, so you can see what the back side of the body looks like in this pose. Extend one arm back behind you, dropping the shoulders, tightening a little in your core here, belly in. And if you want, the other arm can hover, and then we can take our gaze out over the front hand. And we want to make sure that the shoulders are right over the hips. We're not leaning one way or the other yet. And we're squeezing the shoulders back a little. And then we'll lower the back hand, turn the front palm. Keep the legs steady, lean back a little bit. And then exhale as you release, step towards your chair, mountain pose. How did you do today? Did you like holding the poses? Let me know. We only held for 3 breaths. Sometimes you can hold for more. Depending on your strength, and holding the poses does build your strength. So keep that in mind, that you want to linger in your poses. So let's come back to our chair now, and feet on the earth, shoulders over hips. And we close our eyes as we close out our practice today. Just noticing the energy in our body, noticing our breath, maybe slowing it down here, and staying here until that breath slows down. And when you're ready, you rub the palms, hover it over your eyes. Take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, open the eyes and bring the hands to the heart and bow to your body for its fabulous work today. Thank you for joining me for this practice of lingering and holding our poses. Give me some comments. Let me know how it went. Have a great day.